Something not so nice that you want to say. But please, you know, I think that's what tonight's all about, honoring Nick and Linda, and anybody has something to say, say it. But go ahead, Dino.
All right, well, you know, Rich once called me Wakefern's equal opportunity offender. and for good reason. I've done a couple of these roles for John Shalink and Clyde Barrow and Bruce Robinson, but I really don't have a lot of slamming to do for my dear friends, Linda and Nick, you know. Maybe that's the Italian thing going on. Respect, you know. And by the way, I would like to, as Mike here pointed out, I'd like to welcome the heads of the 7 New Jersey families. Very nice of you to make it. You know, I was thinking, I came back from Scranton, Pennsylvania, I had a job there, and I'm in the car thinking, and I'm saying to myself, you know something? My whole life, well, prior to coming to Wakefern, growing up, when I was a kid, my family moved around a lot. And I went to like 5 different schools from K through 12. So I always had to make like new friends. And even prior to Wakefern, you know, my career path took a couple of turns this way, that way, and I never spent more than 3 years in any job. And here I am, this year I'm going to be celebrating my 25th year with Wakefern. Oh, whoa. And besides that,
Wait a minute, don't brag. we took a poll of our table, and just amongst the ones here, we have over 250 years. Add them up. Let's see which table wins.
Well,
anyway, I've always had to make new friends and say goodbye to old friends, but here I was for 25 years, and I'm looking around the room here, and man, there's a lot of people that I know for a long time, and many of which I consider not just co-workers, but dear friends. Including you. Believe it or not, including you. And of course, one of my dearest friends, again, maybe the Italian thing, Nicolino and Dino. I don't know, it sounded good. Nick and Linda, you know, when I really started becoming really tight with Nick, is when we were laying in a hospital together from chest pains and bronchitis. He says, oh, he did it to you too. And that was a great job. And Stan, you were involved in that job up in Derby, and Frankie, and we used to go eat the broccoli rabe. And I know, it was always about food, always about food. That's how we really became friends. First of all, I became you know, friendship means what? Loyalty, and it means trust, right? And you knew we had a trusted friendship when you brought me those mushrooms that you found. That's what, well, actually I let her eat them first.
He did. Thank you, probably threw them out.
They were very, very good, Nick. And then we started going out to lunch together, and now we're not, and I'm going to miss that. Although I got to tell you, Nick, ever since you and Linda, you know, you went down to Florida, and I haven't been going out to lunch with you, I've lost 14 pounds. The doctor put me on this diet called the Stop Eating with the Maniacas diet.
True.
And I'm hearing it from everybody. You look good. So anyway, but truly, hey, you know what? Another thing I was thinking about, and I know this is a little out of whack, and I'm going to try it. I hope I don't get booed here. But you know what? There's you're moving down to Florida, right? And that's the Sunshine State. Okay? Well, my father used to sing a little thing to me, and he used to be called O Solo Mio, which meant always the sun be in front of you. Okay? So to you and Linda, I forgot the words. Che bella cosa, una giornata di sole, l'aria serena, dopo una tempesta. Che bella cosa, una giornata. Didn't I sing that verse? Okay. Stai fronte a te, oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te, stai in fronte a te.
He was asking about Grandpa because he wanted somebody to sing.
Once again, anyone else?
Probably right. You're right.
A lot of Nick's friends and a lot of Linda's friends here. John Megan.
A few years back, Nick decided to go on a diet. And he did slim down. And Rich was in our office, our private office. It was private in those days, wasn't it? And the phone rang. And Rich picked it up. It was for Nick. And somebody said, "Is Nick around?" He says, "Yeah, he's around. He's not as round as he used to be." There's one more to the oldies are the best. I was working up in a store up in Massachusetts. Somebody needed to get in touch with me very urgently. So I called the store, and customer service picked up. And I said, "Would you please page Nick McNaughton, one of our engineers? There's an urgent call for him." She said, "How do you spell that?" I said, "N-I-C-K." Nick.
Tony.
Tony T.
Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today. You know, you hired me 30 years ago or 35 years ago when I was at Hill. You gave me an opportunity at the Edgar Company. Unfortunately, the Edgar Company went bankrupt. So there's quite a few people here that work at the Edgar Company.
There's a big ticket.
I did well for them, by the way. But anyway, on another note, I want to say thank you for me and my family. As you all know, my whole family were there for my first daughter was born to my twins. So on behalf of myself, my family, I'm sure everybody here, I can't wish you the best of happiness, fortune, and I can't wait to visit you for a week.
I want to say enough with Nick. Nick, you're wonderful. But Linda lent me her veil for my wedding. And the flower for my hair, and I really appreciate it.
And I'm so glad that you used
And
it.
both of you have been great. I don't mean to push you aside.
Okay, so go ahead, you got the camera now.
Okay, along that line, Linda.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hi, Lisa.
Linda, wherever you and Nick are at 5 o'clock at night, I hope you're having a barbecue, having a glass of wine at the pool. But one thing, Dennis Bachman won't be in your doorway for that.
I second that. I love Dennis, though.
That's right.
So everything's
I'd like to say something here because...
Speak loud, Mike.
Mikey!
You know what? I'm very happy to be here tonight. Thank God. You know, we see a lover here. You know, part of it.
Excuse me.
They're going to be retired pretty good in Florida together. Linda, when she joined Wakefern, you know, I work with her in our second job. If you remember, you know, Bruce said, Mike, we need somebody to join Wakefern. And I said, you know what, I know this lady who I work for.
I'm no lady.
and one thing to another, you know, I see Bruce hired Linda. I mean, I said, that's good, you know. And then next thing I know, they, you know, joined Linda. And,
We joined forces.
It's a wonderful evening. I'm telling you. I learned a lot from Nick. Nick was my previous boss. If you remember at Egger, we joined Egger in 1984. So we go back more than anybody in this room with Nick. Me and Mary, actually, we started with Nick. And we were very, and believe it or not, I learned a lot from this. I believe it. Yeah. I believe it. And I salute you because, Nick, because of you, we all are here, and everybody should salute to this guy. And he's a legend.
Woo!
He's a legend. Whoever doesn't know, he's a legend. God bless. God bless.
Thank
you. Enough with Nick. I don't know if you all know what some of the things that Linda did for us at Wakefern, but